Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do the short row shaping that is done for the socks that I'm working on currently on the 36 peg 3/8 inch gauge loom. I have one sock completed and I'm now working on my second and I'm ready to do my heel. And this just involves working using short rows to do a heel decrease and then do an increase. So this is my heel on my sock. And I'll show you how that's done. Now you do this for both the heel and the toe for these socks. And you're going to be working using only half of the pegs on your loom. So this is a 36 peg loom. Half of the pegs would be 18. So I've marked with a little bit of nail polish. You could use a stitch marker as well. My 18th peg, and we're going to start working our short rows doing the heel decrease. So the first part is we're going to knit pegs 1 through 17, and I'm using the U-wrap knit, and so I'm simply going to knit peg 1, peg 2, peg 3, 4, and all the way to peg 17. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just bringing the yarn across the front of my peg towards the center and knitting over. And I'm making sure not to keep the tension too tight, but consistent. Bringing the yarn towards the back of the loom. Try to get focus a little bit more there. So I'm going to go ahead and once we get to the 18th peg, we're going to knit up to peg 17, and then I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I've knit to the peg 17. Now the 18th peg we're going to wrap and turn. And to do this, we're going to lift the stitch that is on the peg off. And then we're going to take our working yarn and we're going to wrap it from behind to the front, place the stitch back onto the peg, and now we're going to knit pegs 17 through 2. So we just wrapped and turned peg 18, and now we're going to start working the opposite way back. I'm going to work 17 through peg 2. And I'm going to go ahead and do those. And when I get to the end of peg 2, I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I've just knit back to peg 2, and peg 1 we're going to wrap and turn, just like we did on the peg 18. We're going to take the stitch off, we're going to bring our working yarn behind the peg into the front, place the stitch back on, and now work, and we're going to knit pegs 2 through 16. And once we get to peg 17, we're going to wrap and turn. And we're going to continue this process doing the wrap and turns, and so until that there are 6 pegs that have wrap and turns on them, and 6 pegs that are in the middle that don't, and then 6 pegs on each end that do. So I'll get to the next point and I'll show you. So go ahead and knit to peg 16 and then wrap and turn 17. I'll show you how to wrap and turn peg 17 once I get done to peg 16. So now I have just knit from pegs 2 through peg 16, peg 17, peg 18 we had wrapped and turned previously. Now we're going to wrap and turn peg 17. Now we're doing the heel decrease, so we're decreasing the number of stitches. And we're going to wrap and turn, just like we had done before, peg 17, take the stitch off, wrap it from behind to the front, place the stitch back on, and then push the stitches down from my previous row. And now I'm ready to begin working back the opposite way. Sorry. Now go ahead and knit pegs 16 through peg 3. And when we get to peg 2, we're going to wrap and turn peg 2. So I've knit now back to peg 3, Peg 2, we're going to wrap and turn. And we're going to wrap from the back, put the stitch back on, push all the stitches down from the previous row, and you're ready to now knit pegs 3 through 15. So go ahead and knit pegs 3 through 15, and when you get to peg 16, we'll wrap and turn. Okay, so now we're here on peg, I've just knit pegs 3 to 15, and peg 16 we're going to do a wrap and turn again, and then turn and work back the opposite way that we had. So we're going to now knit pegs, that was 18, 17, and 16, now each have 2 stitches on them. We're going to now knit from peg 15 to peg 4. And when we get to the peg 3, we're going to wrap and turn peg 3. So go ahead and knit pegs 15 through 4, and I'll join back up with you. So I've just knit pegs 15 through peg 4. Peg 3, we're going to wrap and turn. So now your loom, and I'm going to push down the stitches from before, your loom will have 3 pegs wrapped and turned right here on pegs 1, 2, and 3, and 3 pegs on peg 16, 17, and 18 that you've wrapped and turned. We're going to keep going back and forth so that you have 6 pegs total. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll join back up with you once I have all of those completed. So here I've knit back in the next peg. I have peg 18, 17, 16, peg 15 now is the next one. I'm going to wrap and turn, and then I'm going to work back until I reach peg 5, and I'm going to wrap and turn peg 4. Now I'm back to where I want to wrap and turn peg 4. Take the stitch off and wrap and turn it just like we had before. I'm going to push the rest of the stitches down, and then I'm going to begin working the other way, and I'm going to knit pegs 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I'm going to wrap and turn peg 14. Lift the stitch off. Careful not to lose the stitch when you lift it off, like I just did. There we go. Wrap and turn it. Place the stitch back on. Push the stitch back down. Now we're going to wrap and turn the other way. And we've got peg 13 that we're going to knit. 12, 11, 10, and I'm going to go ahead and just knit back. It's kind of awkward how I'm handling it right now, so I'm going to just go ahead and knit. Okay, and now I'm back to where I need to wrap and turn peg 5. And then I'm going to knit back, starting with peg 6. Knit 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we're going to wrap and turn peg 13. This is our last wrap and turn going this way. We now have pegs 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and 13 that all have a wrap and turn on them. That's 6 total. And now we're going to knit back until we get to peg 7. We're going to knit to peg 7. And then peg 6, we're going to wrap and turn. And this is the first part of the heel or the toe. I do the heel and the toe the same way. I'm going to wrap and turn peg 6. And I'm using a worsted weight yarn for this. You could use a worsted weight, or if you wanted a thinner socks, you could use a sport weight or a DK weight. So now I've wrapped and turned peg 6. Now we have 6 pegs with wraps and turns on them, and 6 empty pegs, followed by 6 empty pegs. 1, 2, 3, 4, not empty, but 6 pegs with just 1 stitch that we haven't done wrapped and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then followed by another set of 6 pegs that have the wrap and turns on them. Oops, sorry, out of camera there a little bit. So you should have 6 on each side of the 18 that have 2 stitches on them, or 1 stitch and 1 wrap and turn, and then 6 in the middle that don't. And now we're going to start doing our increase. And this is the second part of the heel. So the first part we're doing the decrease, and now we're going to go back and increase. And so to start with the increase, we're simply going to knit pegs 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. We're going to bring both of these stitches, the wrap and turn and the stitch that was on there, up over 2 over 1. In the next peg, we're going to do a wrap and turn. We're increasing a stitch. Now you can either take both stitches off, or I found that just taking the top stitch off, wrapping and turning, provides a nice look as well. Either way works though. For this pattern I've been doing, or for the other sock, I just lifted the top one. And so now we're going to knit back. We're going to knit. We wrapped and turned that peg, and now we're going to turn back the opposite direction. Knit 1, 2. We're going to knit back until sorry, trying to stay in camera here, but I keep catching that I'm not. Peg 6 has 2 stitches on them. And we're going to again lift both of those 2 up over, and then we're going to wrap and turn peg 5. And again, I'm just lifting the top stitch off, and then I'm going to wrap and turn just like we had before, keeping that stitch and then putting that back on. And now we're going to knit back. And when we get to the peg that has 3 stitches on it, we're going to knit 3 over 1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and join back up with you. We're at peg 14. There's 3 stitches on. We're going to lift all 3 stitches that are on the peg up over the top. And then peg 15, we're going to wrap and turn, again lifting just the top stitch off the loom, keeping it on your loom hook. Grab it here. I'm catching part of my, I keep catching part of my other, there we go. Wrap and turn, and place it back on the loom, and go back and knit the other way until we get to the peg that has 3. I'm going to lift the 3 over the 1. I'll show you how that's done when I get there. So now I'm back. I'm at peg 5, where I'm going to knit, bringing the bottom 3 up over the top, And then peg 4, we're going to do a wrap and turn. And we're just working back and forth, increasing each time we go by 1 stitch. I'm doing a heel increase. So now I've wrapped and turned peg 4, and I'm going to knit back to peg 5 through peg 5 through peg 18, 17, 16, 15. Sorry, and I'll show you back up. Now I'm at peg 15. I'm going to knit the 3 stitches up over the top. I'm going to go ahead and push down all the stitches from the previous row. And then again, I'm going to wrap and turn the next peg over. So this would be peg 16. Lift it up, wrap and turn, place back on. Now we're going to knit pegs 15 through peg 4. And now we're back to peg 4. We're going to knit over all the stitches that are on the bottom up over the top, and we're going to wrap and turn peg 3, lifting the top stitch over, stitch off, working yarn, just as we had before. We're going to knit back the other way. So we're going to start knitting with peg 4. And now we've knit from peg 4 through 15. We're going to knit peg 16 as well, bringing the 3 over the top 1, and we're going to wrap and turn peg 17. Just as we had done before. Lifting the top loop off, wrapping and turning, and knit back to peg 3, and then we're going to wrap and turn, knit back to peg 4, and then we're going to wrap and turn our peg 3, and then we're going to wrap and turn peg 2. Sorry. So we're going to knit peg 3, wrap and turn peg 2, and we're almost done with the heel. Just a couple more passes back and forth. So now we have 3 stitches on peg 3. We're gonna knit pegs 3 through peg. Go ahead and knit 3 through peg 17, and then we're gonna wrap and turn 18. Okay, and now I'm back to our peg 18. We're gonna wrap and turn that one, and we're gonna knit back, starting with peg 17. And we're going to knit to peg 2, and then we're going to wrap and turn peg 1. So I've just knit peg 2, lifting the 3 up over the top 1, and now I'm going to wrap and turn peg 1. Take the top loop off, working yarn around just as we had before, and we're going to knit pegs 2 through peg 18. Okay, and now we're going to knit peg 18, bring the 3 stitches up over, leaving 1 stitch remaining. I'm going to go ahead and push down the stitches from the previous row, and we're going to now wrap and turn peg 19. And then we're going to knit back, and we're going to knit pegs 18 through 1. So go ahead and knit pegs 18 through 1. So now I'm back here. I'm going to knit peg 1. And I'm going to wrap and turn peg 36. Now this has completed the heel increase, or the heel decrease. Now we're done with the heel increase, and you're ready to start. See, you can see on your loom, you've got a little bit of an indent here. That's where your heel is going to sit, or your toe if you're working on a toe. Now, if you're doing the toe, what I do is after I've wrapped and turned, okay, so yeah, now you have completed your heel portion. Now, if you use the same technique for doing the toe as well. For the toe, what I do is when I'm done wrapping and turning, or I don't wrap and turn the last peg here, and the peg or here, and I just do the bind off like I would normally. For the heel, I find wrapping and turning the peg prior to the increase and decrease helps. So I've gone ahead and done an extra wrap and turn on each end. Another thing that I find helps is to help reinforce the heel is the last stitch that I've done. I'm going to try to get close and zoom up here. Now this is how to, okay, yeah, so the last stitch on peg, what I'm going to do to reinforce the heel is the last peg on stitch 38. Let me try to zoom in here. You're going to go down in the stitch that you had done previously. You're going to lift up, do a lifted increase, and you're going to place that on peg 1. So now there's the wrap and turn peg on peg 38, and there is the lifted increase and the last stitch before on peg 1. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side to reinforce the heel. Peg 19, the stitch that I had done prior to the short row shaping on peg 19, I'm going to lift up and place on peg 18. And now we're ready to begin our foot portion of the heel. And we're just going to start with peg 1, and we're going to be working in the round again. And when you run into pegs that have more than one stitch on them, you're just going to be lifting off both stitches up over the top. You can do them all either at once or one at a time. It doesn't really matter. So that is how you go ahead and that's how you reinforce the heel, and that just helps provide a stronger heel. You don't have any holes, and it gives you just a little bit of a sturdier sock. And like I said, this is the same method you do for the toe as well, except for the toe I typically don't do any reinforcements, since the bind off portion of the toe you stitch together, and that really reinforces the toe good. So I hope this video helps for making socks on your 36 peg 3/8 inch gauge loom. This sock does fit my foot, which is a women's size 8 wide, and I'm using a worsted weight yarn. I will have a pattern for these particular socks available probably within the next, well, before February's over. Hope this helps you, and you can use this not just for my pattern, but for any heels and toes that you're making using short row shaping on this loom. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.